I want to kind of move on to what happened at the local level this week, but there are two other state ballot initiatives that I do want to just touch on because I think they set up interesting fights and potentially court decisions in the future, and both of those are out of Arizona, which maybe unsurprisingly likes to kind of test the waters a little bit. Caroline, what are we talking about in Arizona?
Yeah, so like we were talking about earlier, this was kind of an anti-Obama, anti-federal government election, and that's highlighted more than anywhere in Arizona with these two ballot measures. The one that underscores that the most is Arizona essentially passed a law this week that allows the state to opt out of federal laws, certain federal laws of its choice. This means that if voters in Arizona next year decide that they don't like Obamacare, then they can pass a referendum, or the legislature can pass a bill against Obamacare, and they will not, and then all the agencies, all the cities, all the counties will be banned in Arizona from spending any of their money on enforcing Obamacare or the Federal Clean Water Act or whatever. But this will be an interesting one because obviously it is sure to bring some lawsuits, and the constitutionality of it is sure to be challenged. I don't believe it has yet, but give it a few weeks. And this isn't that surprising. Arizona has a long, especially recent history of defying the federal government and of asserting their state sovereignty. The other less extreme issue there is Arizona passed overwhelmingly a right to try law, and a couple of other state legislators passed this law last year, but Arizona was the first to do it at the ballot box.
And tell us what right to try.
Yeah, so if you've seen the movie Dallas Buyers Club, this will make much more sense. But the right to try basically means that terminally ill patients in Arizona now will have, with doctor approval, now will have access to drugs that have passed some clinical trials but have not yet been approved by the FDA. So in a way, this does undermine the federal government's authority. But some in the medical community also say that in the long term, it might undermine clinical trials and people participating in them, because they might be a little less willing, and they might be a little less effective if they don't get the right people in those clinical trials. But that is an issue that is also going to be pretty big in the coming years, and activists are pushing it in state legislatures, and it's an issue that's not facing that much opposition, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw it pass in many states.
Well, and certainly the previous measure about opting out of any federal law, if that's upheld, what state wouldn't